Hi Wildcats, this is an introduction to CMS. It's not something that I think a lot of teachers still use, but I have a bunch of different practice resources on here, and CMS allows us to make quizzes like Google Classroom does not, with some different advantages. So this is an optional thing, but I wanted to just put together a quick video on how to access this resource and use it should you decide to. So first, you are going to go to the website cms.unit5.org. Now this is linked in the Google Classroom and also in the description for this video, so you can just use one of those shortcuts as well, but it'll be in the course resources for Google Classroom as well. When you go there though, you're not going to see this if you've never been there before, and since I have, I can't get it to pop up. So you're probably going to see a screen that looks more like this, where it tells you your connection is not private. This is not an issue, it's just a certificate issue that Moodle slash CMS has with Chrome at the present moment. And so to get past this, all you have to do is click advanced, and then it'll say like proceed to site or go to site or something like that. It's perfectly safe. CMS is a safe resource. It's administrated by Unit 5. Chrome and it are just having certificate issues at the present moment. So should you get this screen, click advanced and proceed, and then it's going to bring you to this page. If you're logged into your Google account, your school account, you can just click on here. You'll need to use your school account to get access, and then Google will, you can use your Google account to sign in. And when you do, you'll come to this page. So to join the class, the very first thing you're going to have to do is come up here and click Course Catalog. And rather than searching through all the high school classes, if you just type in my last name, Weber, W-E-B-E-R, you'll see I've got some different classes here. Most of these are old. Obviously, you want blended physics Weber. Now, there is a key list required for this. It should be West Side 501, all one word, all lowercase. That will also be posted in the classroom link for here. So if you forget it, but it is Westside 501. When you go in there, you'll be greeted with this page. Now I'm seeing it from the teacher perspective. I can change that so this is what it'll look like for you. So if I were in here as a student, you would see this. I just have first semester link showing at the present moment. So in this very first one, you can see that there is a self-check here. When you go to the self-check, it is a quiz. And then the reason I use this to take these, to give these quizzes is it allows you to take it multiple times because it'll generate different numbers. So when you click on it, it'll give you a problem up here, and then you can type in your answer. You'll need to make sure you use units. You can jump between questions if you want to, if you don't want to go in order. Some of them are drop down, some of them are type it in. There you go. And like I said a second ago, the reason I like this is because when you go in here, now you've got different numbers. So if you take this quiz and you didn't really like how you did, or you wanted to take it again, you would be using the same calculations but different values. So it gives you an opportunity to take it more than once. When you're all done, it'll give you a score. And it'll show you which ones you got wrong and allow you to review them. It'll also show you the right answer. And so my comment to students here is, so sometimes, like, let's say I did this and it says an object is traveling 4.9 miles per hour. What is its speed in meters per second? So let's say I think it's 567 meters per second. And I typed it in like that. And it's not, but let's say the answer was 567 meters per second. Well, in my key, if I put in 567 space meters per second, or maybe you typed in meters per second, like it's going to mark you wrong. But so you have to be smarter than the computer here. You have to look at that and go, okay, well, he put in the correct unit as m/s as an abbreviation for meters per second. I typed in meters per second. So even though the computer is telling me this is wrong, I have clearly gotten this answer right. So don't worry so much about the score. I'll never take these as a grade. They're just practice opportunities for you, although we can use them to review. So if you want to sit down and go over some of these problems with me, you can. I put questions in here that are similar to the ones that you would see, the type of question that you would see on a test or quiz. So that's why these are in here. To go back here, so you'll see there's different ones for, they're divided up by focus questions. Most focus questions have them, but not all. Like there's no way to do this for CERs, right? Because it's multiple choice really, or enlarged. So some of them won't have them. So those are called self-checks. The other thing that is out there are these concept builders. So these are just direct links to another website. The physics classroom is a great resource, FYI, if you're just looking for other explanations besides what I provide in class. They have just about everything we cover in here. So if you come into this launch concept builder, it'll load it like this. It takes a second. And then you can type in your name, but you're not going to be signed in, so it's going to forget it when you leave anyways. But these are practicing things. So here you can go in, you can do different levels, right? They have different types, and then it'll ask you questions, and then you can put it in, type here to select your answer. So I'm just clicking through on these. The other thing you can do, some of them look a little different. So for example, on this concept builder, again, it takes a second. So here, this is 2 truths and a lie, 6 questions, and it's similar in the sense that it's going to give you a score, it's going to tell you which ones you did wrong, there's help me questions, so there's just lots of practice. And I've gone through all of these and they align to what we're doing in class. So they're just another great resource for you if you want some additional practice besides either the practice problems or labs that we're doing in class. This is here. There's no, you won't get graded on these, but they're a great way to practice. So I hope this is a resource that you decide to use from time to time. And if you have trouble accessing it, please let me know. I can sit down and help you with it. But again, most of the information should be in the description on Classroom under resources. So under review resources right here is where the link to this video will be, the password for CMS, as well as a link to CMS. So I hope that helps.